It's Melody Lane here. I made this card the other day and made a video on how to put the card together with the paper. I asked in the video and where I left it posted, I asked, do you want me to show you how I made this in Design Space? And an overwhelming number of people said, yes, show us how you did it in Design Space. I have so many videos on this kind of stuff in Design Space, so I thought I was repeating myself. Is why I didn't do one. I have another tab open of Cricut Design Space. I'm going to change this font because when I shared this with my Patreons, it says not available yet for purchase. And the only thing we can figure out is the font is not available, and I don't know why that is. This font here I used is called A Child's Year. I'm not sure why that would not be available for purchase, just in case I'm going to make another one. So here I have another tab open with Cricut Design Space. And look, I am so gonna do a video on this cartridge. Isn't it cute? I love the photo props. Let's go here, start a new project. Okay, and I'm going to turn these grid lines on right here just because a lot of you like them and you don't know how to turn them on. It's right here. We have a lot of new people using the Cricut Explorer right now. Just got it on sale. We're going to go to Insert Image. I'm going to go to Snowman. And you could actually, get out of my way, you could, I spelled snowman wrong. There you go. You can't pick any snowman. You don't have to choose the snowman I chose. Let's see, here he is. And he says 99 cents, even though I did purchase him. I purchased him a while back when I used him on another project, and it still says 99 cents, but when I go to cut him, it does not charge me. Okay, with the Christmas Kitsch cartridge where this is from, it comes with the envelope and the card all sized together. So you can size it and you don't have to worry about this. However big or small you make it, this card will fit inside this envelope, which is awesome. Let's go ahead and bring everything else in. I could have done it all at the same time, and I always forget to do that. So I'm going to look for a sign. So I typed in sign, click search. And the sign that I chose that I liked was this one. It says no swimming. So we're going to click that. And you know what? We're going to need why does it only show these? I'm going to need a square. So let's do that. And let's just move this over. Let's get this sized. I want this card to be 5 1/4 inches tall. And you can do that by the edit panel, but that's going to size the whole envelope, which has these flaps on it. That's not what I want to do. So I'm just going to drag this to where I think it is. That looks about right for 5 1/2. What I can do is hit the layers panel, ungroup. So then I just have this selected. Then I can click on edit and it's 5.5. Let's just go ahead and change that to a 0. So it is exactly 5.5. So now because I ungrouped, this is all ungrouped. And I don't want this way because we're going to switch the snowman the other way. It's going to stick out too far. I want the sign to be in his hand, and it's going to stick out too far and it won't fit in the envelope. So that is really the whole reason I'm doing this. And you can just delete this and make another whole square. I could just take the square, make it 5 by 5 by 8 1/2 wide, and add a scoring tool. Putting the square around the snowman, and I'm going to click group just so I can move him around and all be grouped together. And we're going to make this 8 1/2, and it almost is, as you can see here. So I need to make this just a teeny bit wider. So we're going to try this. First we need to detach the score line from it. So we're going to go over here and click detach. And we're not going to move it. So for this, you can see this is lower. Click on just the box. Okay. So now we're going to click on this, hit Command or Control, and click on that. Click Weld. Okay, now it looks like I did not get it perfect right here. It looks like there's a tiny bit of cut there. So let me undo. You have to undo Weld right away. This part needs to be just a teeny bit lower. And let me zoom in so we can see that better. Seeing right there, it's there. That looks like it's perfect. So I'm gonna hit Control and this. So we have both of these selected, this and this. And we're gonna hit Weld. There. Now that looks like it's perfect. Now we cannot see the score line. Oh, it disappeared. No, it didn't because we detached it. If we did not detach it, it would have disappeared. So because this big square is selected, we're going to hit Arrange and we're going to move it to the back. There's the score line. Click on that and click on this and holding down the Control or Command key. But I'm going to zoom back out. Whoops. I need to know which one to zoom. You can put a whole box over all of it and click Attach, but because it's so far over to the right, I don't want to do that. It won't work. You have to have room to put a box around it, and I don't. So we're going to click Attach. So now we have the score line. I know it's hard to see. Let's change the color. So we're going to make it light blue because it's raining. Okay, so now let's bring the snowman to the front. You can make the snowman any size you want. And we're going to make him a little smaller. Now before he was way over here and it wouldn't have room for the sign. Bring that to the top. So that's why we did this. We can put him this way and put this way. What I did is I just mirrored it the other way. So click mirror here and it makes it go that way. So now we do not want a sign that says no swimming, although somebody in my video did say that would be funny. But for our purposes, we're not doing that. So we're going to hide contour. Or what they just say here is contour. Oh, and first, before we do that, we need to ungroup it. Now just select this top piece and hit contour. And then click here. When it shows it highlighted, you have to do it for each letter that is not connected. And like I just did a mistake in light blue, I did the outside. Just click it again and it'll go again. Click it after it becomes dark. Now, if I were to click the whole thing, it'll tell me it can't do that because I'm just deleting the whole thing, which is awesome. So then when you're done, you just click outside of your box. So now we can choose our own writing. And I want to say will work for freezer space. And I want it to be centered. And this is way too big. I also want to choose a writing style. click on the all fonts until it says has a writing style. And bring the letters closer together. Actually, I think that font will be just fine. I could go through all the fonts. I have a writing style, but I'm also going to move this sideways. There, I think that will work. But now if we hit go and we think we're all ready, this is not going to write on the sign. First, I'm going to change the color of it. I'm going to go to black. Okay, so now we have this selected. I'm going to hit Command and this piece, and we're going to hit Attach. So now it's attached and it will write on that piece. When I cut mine out, I cut it out on wood veneer and wrote on the wood veneer, and it worked great. Let me do it this way. I'm going to group this back together because I had ungroup to contour it. And make it a little smaller. On my card, I added raindrops to it, but I stamped them on with my Close to My Heart stamps. But for now, let's go ahead and see if we can find some raindrops that we can go ahead and add onto it. Let's type in rain. Those are pretty. That costs $1.49 because it's in the Disney Pooh and Friends. Raindrops are falling on my head. Look, it says free. Creative Bug Raindrops. I don't know if this is just free this week, because there's always a free images every week. Isn't that cute? I don't want to cut out all these little bitty pieces of raindrops. So let's move Mr. Snowman. Let's move his sign. But I really like these. So what I'm going to do is duplicate and duplicate again. Need to have some over here. Let's duplicate again. But I don't need all of those on there. So we're going to contour. It's because these are going to be hidden. That one probably is too. So I'm going to contour all of these that don't need it, because I'm going to write these on the background. Contour. Oops, not that one. Not this one either, or that one. Okay, and let's do this one. Contour. Sure. Okay, I think that's pretty good. But now let's move the snowman. Move the sign, not the raindrops. There. Okay, and I'm going to put a box around this whole thing, and I'm going to click attach. And that's going to cut out all of those, which actually might be cute if you have them cut out, seen to the other side. That might be a good idea. That's not what I had in mind because I forgot to change these to right instead of cut. So I'm going to click on them over here in the layers panel and just click on right for each one. And I'm going to change them to a blue metallic pen. And really you can use any pen you want. And you can't see them now because they're the same color as the background. Let's lighten that up a little. There. Now you can see them. Let's bring him to the front. Because anytime you attach or weld, it moves everything to the back. Things aren't hiding on you, they're just behind things. So there you go. Will work for freezer space. And you have this envelope you can cut. I chose not to cut it because I just wasn't putting it in an envelope right now. And you can make this any color you want, of course. You can change the color of all of this too. Just put a different color paper in, or you can change it on here by ungrouping the snowman and then changing that to another color by clicking on the layers panel. If you want to see the video I did of putting this all together, I'll put a link to it here as an annotation or in the description below the video. All right. If you guys have any questions, please let me know below. And I want to give a shout out to a few of my Patreons. I really, really appreciate all of your support. And you will get this file also along with the one I did the other day. Thanks for watching, everyone. I want to give a shout out to a few of my Patreons. Lena Berry, Sandy Matthews, Tabitha Carroll, Rose Andrews, Kathy Hanusa, Nancy White, Carolyn Chase, Mandy Pence, April Story, Carolyn Pendon, Jerry Dental, Stacy Perkins, Ian Garland, Marty, and Jamie Molina. Thank you, everyone. See you in the next video. Bye.